YouTube, I'm back. Welcome back. I told y'all, man, I'm staying up to date, staying accountable, man. I let y'all know I'm gonna keep dropping every single day. I told y'all, stay accountable. A lot back in. Today is Thursday, October 16th. I told y'all I'm dropping it every single day on this channel. If you are new to this channel is called Focused on My Flow, POV through my eyes of how I see the world, man, and just trying to take it on a day-to-day process of holding myself accountable, being more vulnerable, trying to help somebody else besides myself out there that's going through something like I was. Y'all seen from a couple videos back, man, I got through it. Just the ups and downs, trials and tribulations, highs and lows, man, and let people know that we can be more vulnerable and get through stuff, man. Like I told y'all, man, y'all see I'm in a good mood. Everything going smooth. It's 11:31 right now. Usually, I told y'all, like I always let y'all know every single day, I usually come out here and drop my videos. I usually come out here and do this video right after I drop my daughter at school, but I did a little different today. I tried to switch it up a little bit, right? Tried to see if it was gonna make it go a little faster. So actually, as soon as I got back from dropping my daughter off, me and my wife dropping my daughter off at school this morning, immediately came back home, got straight to work. I immediately dropped on my React channel. If you have not subscribed to my React channel, it's called Coach Floyd Reacts. Head over to that channel right now, type that in, Coach Floyd Reacts. That's my React channel, man. I'm reacting to a bunch of sports, just everyday things, trying to keep up with the current topics and everything. If you want me to react to something specifically, write it down in the comments and let me know, man. I'll react to it. But yeah, man, I went over actually today, did a little backwards. I usually drop this first, and then I go over, get this edited, and then I go over and do some React stuff. But today I flipped the script a little bit, tried a little something new. Actually sped my day up a little bit. Like I've told you on the last couple videos, my uploading, it kind of goes on certain days I want to go slow, certain days I want to go fast. I ain't mad at it. It just depends on how I want to treat me that day, but it's been treating me good so far today. So this morning, like I said, I came back, got straight to it, got some videos in, got actually 2 reaction videos are already up right now. Go check them out. Like I said, over on Coach Floyd Reacts. Subscribe to that channel. That's my second channel. Got 2 videos up this morning, edited out. Got those up. Those are already uploaded on my channel. So like I said, you can finish watching this one, go over to that one and check those out. I actually got a third one I'm getting ready to put up. So this one, I knew I was gonna come out and do this one. This is my daily check-in. Like I let y'all know, this is focused on my flow. Like I told you on this channel. So I'm actually coming out right now, recording this from y'all, because like I told y'all, I'm gonna make sure that this channel gets this daily vlog every single day, 7 days a week. Let y'all know how I'm feeling mentally, physically, and everything is going, man, between me, myself first and foremost, before I let you know how everything else is going. But yeah, man, everything going smooth. Like I said, got some rest in last night. Woke up, man, night before, man, my son woke up, because we just got him my wife just got him a new crib, so he's getting acclimated to the crib. Luckily last night, first night was terrible. He cried because it was something new. Finally fell asleep. Last night he was good. Put him in the crib last night. He was knocked out. But then, of course, this morning he wakes up even earlier, crying this morning than yesterday. So yesterday he woke up like 4:30. Today he woke up. I looked at the clock. It was 3:25. So I was actually up early this morning. Couldn't really go back to sleep. Just watched a little TV, got my mind right. Like I told y'all last time that he woke up early like that, I was gonna get up and stay up. Didn't know that he was gonna do it again the second night in a row, and didn't know he was gonna do it an hour earlier. But yeah, man, I stayed up, got him situated. Probably got done with him around like 4. Got him, fed him a bottle, got everything situated, got him settled back down, got him back to sleep. My wife went back to sleep. I stayed up, man. Like I said, just kind of, like I said, I told you this time I was gonna stay up, try to start getting up earlier. So I've been up probably since I've probably been up since like 3:20. But like I said, man, I'm good. Morning been going good. Most of the time people have been pissed off that they woke up that early, but everything went smoothly. Took care of him. He went back to sleep. Like I said, I got up, got some processing in my head this morning, just thinking to myself before everybody else was up, man, just relaxed. That's kind of a time in the morning time for me to just stay away from social media, kind of just lock in, visualize my day. Like I said, visualize the positivity that I'm gonna carry out throughout that day. And like I said, man, luckily it's 11:35 right now, and I'm still feeling great. You know, I'm still feeling great, man. Dropped my daughter off at school, so like I said, I came in, dropped those videos, man, dropped those videos, uploaded those up already, so you can go see those. Like I said, I'm out here doing this one, so I done got a lot of work done, man, since before 12 o'clock, and that's what I like to do, man. I like to get up early. I like to get it in because usually for me, like they say, the old saying is the early bird catches the worm. I like to get up, man, and I like to get after it. The earlier I get up, to me, the earlier I get done in the day. If it's perfect, if it's on my timing, I'm gonna start about 5 a.m. in the morning so I can be done by 1 o'clock. My day is done. 5, 6 o'clock, I'm up and I'm getting to it. So like I said, I'm trying to stay consistent. Y'all holding me accountable. When I let y'all know, I'm gonna keep daily check-ins and letting you know how I'm feeling mentally. I'm smooth right now. I'm smooth. I'm staying consistent. Everything is going good. Like I said, I'm always in a good mood when YouTube want to treat me right. Matter of fact, crazy thing about YouTube was yesterday. Around like 8 o'clock, 8:30. YouTube actually crashed. It was crazy. Never seen it before. YouTube crashed. It was tons of stuff going down from like 8 to 8:30. Everybody was posting it. YouTube crashed. This is one of the first times I've ever seen that. But luckily, by like 8:35, 8:40, it was back up. So I don't know what happened, but I'm glad they got the problem rectified because a lot of people post these videos, and I know a lot of people use that YouTube platform like myself to put up daily stuff, man, and get out, through our POV of how we see life. So I'm glad they got it rectified, man, because that would have been crazy if it would have been another TikTok ordeal. It would have been insane. People would have been going nuts, man. But like I said, it rectified the deal. So like I said, I was able to get stuff up. Luckily yesterday, but I had already, like I said, I get my stuff done early. So by the time it had crashed later on that night, I had already got my videos up, uploaded them, and I'm staying hot again today, staying consistent, staying on that drive, man. Using yesterday's motivation to fuel today, and it's working, man. Like I said, I feel great. I feel consistent. Excuse me if I'm rambling, if I'm talking too fast, but just feeling good, man. Appreciative of the day, another day that I was given. God is blessing me to breathe easily, be able to walk on my own 2 feet, not sore, my body don't hurt. So I'm just thankful, man. I'm praising God every single day. Appreciate you of just giving me another day to see my kids, see my wife, see my family, and it's another day and another opportunity He's giving me to get better. So I'm trying to repay Him by making sure I put this work in, and like I said, hold myself accountable, stay in a positive mindset, and let y'all know how I feel. So like I said, man, everything's going smooth. Dropped my daughter off at school this morning. Came straight back. Maybe back to a little bit yesterday after I usually catch all up on yesterday after I got done. Picked her up from school. I told y'all she usually gets graded on like colors. So purple being the best. I think it's blue after, then green, and then red being the worst. 2 days in a row so far. They had no school. It was Columbus Day, if I'm not mistaken, on Monday. So Tuesday she started back at school. Had a 3-day weekend. Started back on Tuesday. She got a purple. Started out great. Started the week off strong. Came back yesterday. Yesterday was Tuesday. Yesterday was Wednesday. Yeah, I told y'all I was gonna have a meeting. Whenever we have a holiday on Monday, it puts me a day behind. So went back to school Tuesday to start the week off. Started off strong with a purple. Went back to school yesterday on Wednesday. Started off, picked her up yesterday from school. Hopped in the car. First thing she said, "Daddy, Mommy, I got a purple." So it's good. So we got 2 purples in a row. Baby girl keeping it up good, man. She's doing good in school. I told y'all, we had a teacher conference on Monday. Talked to the teacher. Everything was going good. She's way ahead of schedule. I don't know if I told y'all, me and my wife homeschooled her. My mother actually homeschooled her when she was young. So you know how they go through and kind of grade them out and see where they have standards for the school year. They want certain numbers for kids to hit as far as like math, reading, and stuff like that. She pretty much aced everything and exceeded all the expectations, all the yearly expectations. She had already hit those goals by October. We only been in school with August, September. This is about to be the 3rd month in school. She's already exceeded the weekly goals. She got tested earlier a little bit in the year, about maybe a month ago, about I don't know what I forgot what they call it, kind of like honors classes to pass her up. She scored just regular normal, but like I said, they say you can retest them again. The goal was to try to get her skipped up ahead, but because she's just excelling too much. Her thing is she's just very talkative. She's been homeschooled for so long. This is one of her first probably full years of being in school, getting friends. So that's usually her problem. Whenever she gets anything less than a purple, it has nothing to do with schoolwork or anything like that. She just like talk a little bit too much, and I know she get that from me. Daddy like to talk a lot, so I'm very vocal and stuff like that. So I understand that. We just try to, redirect her and let her know, man, don't talk out of turn. Be respectful. That's a big thing. And, always treat everybody with respect when you go to school, and be respectful to your teachers. But like I said, she's a bright young girl. That's my firstborn, my daughter, man. I love her to death. But she's amazing. Smart as a whip, smart and beautiful, just like a mother. So like I said, man, she's doing good. Like I said, we're gonna pick her up today, same time. Like I said, around gotta get in that school car around 1:30. So hopefully she's doing good in school. Everything's going good. Hopefully she gets another purple today. That'll be 3 days in a row for a Thursday. And like I said, tomorrow's Friday. We'll finish off with another purple. And we tell her, as long as you get purples all through the week, and on the weekends we do something special. It's a way of rewarding her, but letting her know you gotta stay consistent. Consistency is the key. You gotta stay consistent, not just one day. You gotta stay consistent the entire week. If you stay consistent that entire week, then we'll do something special on the weekend. So, like I said, she's been listening. She's been doing good, and that's always a plus, man. As parents, your kids are a reflection of you. And anytime they go out somewhere and you're not around and they're representing you, and you want other people to be able to come up to you and say, hey, man, your daughter, she's very well mannered, very respectful, very articulate, smart as a whip. That's the stuff that you want to hear as parents. We want to be able to hear that, and that's always a plus when we hear that stuff, man, because we put the time in with our daughter. Me and her mother have made certain decisions that that were a little off the norm, but we knew it was decisions in a path that we were going down that we know that would help her in the future. And so far, man, it's helped, man. That's one thing about me and her mother. At the end of the day, in the relationship, and me and my wife, we gotta be a team. We may have disagreements, and that's life, but your kids comes first. Sometimes as parents you lose each other, but it's understandable, especially when you have young kids. Like I said, my son's not even 1 yet, and then my daughter is 5, turning 6, so they're still young. You got to give a lot of time to them. So, but we've put systems and plans in place to make sure they're learning and they're hitting their milestones. And so, once they get to a certain age, I tell people that between the ages of when they're first born up to 10 years old, or they're first born up to I ain't gonna say 10, first born up to 5 years old, their brains are so delicate, they're sponges, so you have to watch what you say of the lack of your articulation, as a parent. Work on yourself, because the articulation that your child develops comes from the way in which you speak. As a parent, if you are articulate, that's how they learn how a word is said the correct way the first time they hear it, right? So if they hear it the right way, then they're never going to learn the wrong way, and I get it. A lot of people are not in a position to homeschool their kids, but I always tell that to parents: if you have an opportunity, make some sacrifice. But if you have an opportunity to homeschool your kids, homeschool it, because a lot of stuff that's being taught in schools is not the best, and a lot of schools that are the really good ones cost a good little bit of money, and that's how they separate, the kids that are a lot more smarter than the kids that are just in public schools, because let's just be honest, it's a money thing. But you can control it by the stuff that you say and the stuff that you teach to your kids on a regular basis when you're around them at all times, by not putting them around everybody, protecting them, talking to them, explaining stuff to them, teaching them at a young age how to be respectful, be cleanliness, just giving them routines. You would be surprised how that makes kids' lives and your life as a parent so much easier once that kid gets around now the age of 10. Because once that kid gets around the age of 10, at that point they're developed, right? And then the stuff that you may get frustrated with and the bad habits that you see, that's all the bad habits that they develop. Like I said, big thing with my kids is I've learned at a very young age. I was a late bird when I was in high school. I hated to get up for school in the morning time. It was a chore, man. I hated. I remember the stress that I put on my mother, because I was always late every single day. I had attentions. I was always late, and I hated to get up in the morning time. I hated going to sleep, and it was just frustrating. I got older. I said, man, I wasn't gonna do that to my kids. I wasn't gonna do that to myself. I really gonna make it hard on myself. So at a very young age, me and my wife, with my daughter, man, we set in stone a bedtime of 7:30. Sometimes it fluctuates to 7, but we make sure because that was also a thing that we wanted to make sure that usually for daycares and elementary schools, we drop her off a little earlier, maybe like 7:30, depending on what time we got to get to work. 7:30 at daycare, or schools takes in about 8. If we drop her off, I wake her up at 6:30 at the latest. You got to be at the house by 7:30, right? So I wake her up at 6, get her ready in the morning time, make sure she gets a hearty meal, not hearty, but a good breakfast in the morning time, and it gets her in a routine of getting up early. So now, when she gets to that age of 10, now she wakes herself up. Now it's just a routine because you're used to waking up that early, getting your stuff done. A thing I am going to get for, I know sometimes they use them as like chore boards, but probably got to incorporate some chores, and that's just like making sure you clean up behind your stuff. But checklist of stuff that she can go by herself and check off in the morning time when she wakes up. Like make your bed up, check, and that way it's nothing I have to say. Okay, how your list looking? Did you make your bed up? Okay, check. Did you go brush your teeth? Check. Did you get your clothes on? Check. And that way she go and check every single thing. So now mentally she knows to go through a checklist. And like I said, it's just things that set your kids up for success at a very young age. It's very simple things that you incorporate, but they're learning, right? They're learning, and you want to make their lives easier than it was for you. Like I said, it was hard for me, so I don't want it to be hard for her. I want it to be smooth and easy for her. I don't want it to be frustrating or her to be tired while she's at school because she didn't get enough sleep. If I know I'm putting her down at 7:30, if she's going in bed at 7:30, there's no frustration at nighttime when it's bedtime and your kids, butt heads, which I don't want to go to sleep. 7:30 nighttime, she know, okay, daddy said it's bedtime. But now I know fully she's getting a full 10 to 12 hours of sleep at nighttime. So when she wakes up in the morning time and she goes to school, she's not lagging, she's not tired. Her body is fully rested, so she can be coherent when she's having to take a test or answer questions. She's alert, and that's the main things that you want. And then by putting that breakfast in her system in the morning time, now she's fueled for that day, right? So that's just the main things that, like I said, we've taught to our kids, and we'll continue on the same thing with our son. Like I said, he'll be turning 1 in a couple months, so it's the same things that we're gonna instill in him, and just like I said, follow out this sister, and it'll be an easy, smooth course. But I'm glad. It's like I said, parents, you got to come together. You got to set a good foundation for your kids. Show that you're a unit, because your kids see that. Like I said, man, it's smooth, but like I said, I excuse if I'm talking so fast, but like I said, I'm in a good mood, man. Today is like, we got over hump day yesterday, Thursday, week is almost going already. It's crazy how fast time goes, but like I said, this is good. Like I said before, when I had this channel, just kind of post up periodically, and I was trying to make everything so perfect. And now it's just like a weight lifted off my shoulders. I'm not trying to make it perfect. I'm just trying to be authentic and raw, and just give me. And it seems so much easier, so much effortless when I'm just being me, and I'm showing me, and I'm portraying that through the camera. It's a lot easier. I'm not care about views and everything they get, man. This, like I said, this is a voice diary for myself and a voice journal for myself, to check in with myself every single day, and check in with you guys and see, how are you feeling? How is everything going? How are you truly feeling? If you're going through something, like I said, if I'm going through something, I'm going to let y'all know. And vice versa. If y'all going through something, write down in the comments, let me know. The stuff that we need to talk about, and we need to get that weight off our shoulders, that stress off our chest, and it makes us to be able to maneuver through that day a lot more smoother. Life ain't easy. Nobody said it. Nobody has the blueprint, so everything goes perfect. We taking it 1 second at a time, 1 minute at a time, 1 hour, 1 day at a time, right? 1 week at a time. That's all you can do. Control the controllables, and control how your mind reacts to certain situations. Everything is not going to be on a high all day long, right? We're going to have our peaks and our valleys. But when we at the bottom, we're going to get back up, and we're going to get through it, right? It just happens. But that positive mindset that we set in the morning time when we first get up, that's going to carry us throughout the day. And over the last week, like I said, this is strong. I'm about to finish up week 2 that I've been dropping these videos, just going back and watching them, and when I get done and I upload it, then that's my daily check. When it uploads and it hits YouTube and y'all can see it, then that's my daily check. Okay, boom, I held myself accountable. I did it again today, and I'm gonna do the same thing tomorrow, and I'm gonna keep finishing it strong. Like I said, I'm not missing a day. I'm not taking a day off, holidays included. I'm every day I'm holding myself accountable, letting y'all see how I feel. And like I said, I continuously just to see myself get better each and every day, each step of the way, one foot in front of the other, and it's just getting better, man. Like I said, man, I'm proud of myself. You know, sometimes you gotta let that be known to yourself, and nobody else tells you. I'm just proud of myself that I've been doing better, man. So, like I said, I'm excited, man. I'm excited for where I've come, you know, and where I'm headed. So that's the big thing, man. But like I said, as always, man, I appreciate y'all for locking in with me. Like I ended off as always, I let y'all know, man, I love y'all to death, and I appreciate y'all for locking in with me and holding me accountable. I'm gonna keep showing up every single day for y'all. Y'all keep showing up for me, man. Showing them listening ears and allowing me to be vulnerable and let y'all know how I'm feeling. Like I always tell y'all, man, keep your loved ones close. Love on your loved ones, man. Let them know that you love them. If you genuinely care about somebody, genuinely ask them how they feel, and not once, not twice, but 3 or 4 times, man. Genuinely make a safe space for the person that you love to let them know that they can express themselves, because that's just something that we need to do. And at the end of 2025 and taking on into 2026, just make a comfortable and a safe space for people to start talking and get that stress off their plate, man. Get that stress off their plate. It'll make everything a lot easier, man. So with that being said, man, I appreciate y'all for locking in with me again, man, today and every single day. As I always say, man, until next time, man, I'll holler at y'all later. Peace.